In this video, we will sew a simple skirt in CLO 3D. I will share with you some tips and tricks on how to sew this gathered skirt quick and easy step by step. These include using some basic tool in CLO 3D, such as a segment sewing tool, an edit sewing tool, and more. Then apply the fabrics as well as the top stitches to give a finished look. Since this skirt here, a gathered skirt, and we do not have any zipper, we want this waistband to be stretchy, so we are going to apply some stretchy fabric on it, and we also need to create facing for that waistband. So to do that, we need a couple more fabrics here. So to create the fabrics, I'm going to come over here to this object browser, and right below that, this add button right here. I'm going to click on it, okay? Alright, so we want to create one fabric right here for the waistband, and to do that, I'm going to come over here to this library tab, and I'm going to double click on this fabric folder, okay? Then I'm going to type in this search bar. I want some rib fabric, so I'm typing in rib, and then here down below we see many rib fabrics that comes with CLO library. So we are going to select whichever this one that you like. If I hover the mouse over that thumbnail right there, I get to see the closer look of the rib fabrics. So I'm going to select this one right here. Just click on it and then drag and then place it on here. Okay. Then I'm going to change the name to waistband. Okay, then I'm going to marquee select both of these waistband, and I'm going to click on the twirling arrow right here to apply the fabric. Okay, so as you can see right now, the fabric is applied onto this waistband. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit in this 3D window so we get to see it better. And I'm going to click one on the page to deselect. So the waistband looks pretty good. We can improve on it a little more because I want the waistband to have the bias cut. So to create this bias look on this waistband, I'm going to come over here to this 2D toolbar and select this edit texture. Okay, click on it to select. After that, I'm going to marquee select both of these texture. Then I'm going to come over here to this gizmo tool right here. I'm going to click and then drag it to the right. I want to increase the sizes of the texture. Now I'm going to come over here to this arrow right here, and then I'm going to click and then drag to the left. I want that arrow to kind of change it. As you can see right here in the 3D window, now a rib fabric, it looks like a bias cut rather than a long grain. So I'm going to click one on the page to deselect. Okay. Next, I'm going to create a copy for this waistband. Okay. To do so, I'm going to come over here to the transform pattern tools so I can get out the edit texture tool. Then I'm going to come over here and select that waistband right there. And I'm going to select copy. Next, I'm going to name it facing. Okay. Then I'm going to press return or enter on the keyboard to confirm. After that, I'm going to create copy for this waistband to create a facings. To do that, I'm going to marquee select both of these waistband, right click, and I'm going to select layer clone under. Okay. Alright, let me place it down here. So layer clone under, it allows us to create a copy and automatically sewn to the waistband. And that's what we want. It saves us some extra stuff to sew that pattern pieces together. Next, I'm going to kind of adjust them up a little bit so I have more room. So let me... And why I placed them in the bottom rather than the top? Because I will name these facing, and facing right below the waistband. So while that facing are selected, I'm going to come over here to this facing fabric, and to the right I'm going to select on the twirling arrow to apply the fabric onto that facing. Okay. Next, I'm going to click one on the page to deselect. Alright, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. After that, I'm going to apply a new fabric onto the skirt. To do so, I'm going to come over here, back again to this Asset tab, double click on that folder right there. Then double click on this fabric folder, and I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. I want to select the cotton underscore flush fabric. Click on it and then drag, and then I'm going to drop onto this fabric one. Okay. Next, I'm going to once again zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so this is important here. Why we have to create the facing fabric different than the waistband fabric? Because we want to create thickness for the waistband but not the facing. So next, I'm going to change the name of this waistband right here to facing, because we create this as facing. To do so, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Then I'm going to click on this edit annotation tool. Then I'm going to click one on that text right there and press down shift and click on the next one, and I'm going to press the delete or backspace on the keyboard to delete. Then I'm going to zoom in a little bit further, and I'm going to select this pattern annotation tool, and then hover the mouse to the right and select that tool, and I'm going to click one on that pattern piece there, and I'm going to type in facing dash front. After that, I'm going to come over here and click on this edit pattern annotation tool. Then I'm going to zoom out. Okay, then I'm going to zoom back in here, and I'm going to switch the tool back to pattern annotation tool, and then once again click on that pattern and type in facing dash back. Now I'm going to come over here to this edit pattern annotation, and I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, so if these fabric texture hard for you to see, you can come over here to this display menu icon here. I can change the fabric texture to, let's say, monochrome. This allows you to see the annotation a little bit better. However, you can't really tell what fabric and what unless you look at over here under this objects browser. Okay, it's whichever you prefer to work with, but I'm going to switch it back to the front fabric texture to see the fabric. Okay, next I'm going to come over here to the 3D display menu, and I want to select this icon up here. It's called quality render. Click on it. So we get to see the effects onto this skirt a little bit better when you do any improvement. For example, I'm going to change the thickness of the waistband to 1 and so on. Alright. So there you have it, designista. I hope you find this video helps. And remember to sub and click on the bell for more awesome videos. Thank you.